Do that one more time. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Greetings, citizens from across the intergalactic League of Nations. This is the premiere of Cosmic Waves, a show where we embark on a journey to learn about space and about Earth itself as well. A little bit about me. I am Alejandro. I am a Homo sapien for planet Earth, but in this case, as you can see, as I'm in space, I am the alien here. Um, a little bit of who we are. We're part of the Intergalactic League of Nations. We're a member of it since the Chester Arthur administration. However, because of Lyndon B. Johnson,
Alejandro,
yep.
come in,
Hello.
Alejandro.
Hey, Chad. What's up?
Hey, what are you up to? You busy right now?
Oh yeah, we're just like
Because
what
we have our first mission. It just came in, fresh from the
already?
oven. Yeah, it's hot. We have a
Whew.
lot to talk about today. We got two topics: the necessities for space travel. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, the alleged abduction story.
Ooh. So the first one is easy. Space travel. All you really need is a BB gun and space diapers.
Wait, wait. Hold on. No, actually, no. You need way more than that.
Yeah, I'm assuming you haven't heard of Lisa Nowak, have you?
No, I have not heard of her, and she sounds like she's ill prepared for space travel. But I just got my Neuro data link replaced recently, so let me hook it up to the computer, get all
Oh,
the info I need.
dude, read it up, dude.
Wow, what? Like, did this really? Like, is this for real? Like, did this
Yeah,
really happen?
this is for absolutely real. I
All
don't
right,
know
I just
a
got
lot
the
about
info.
it. I know you have the neural link or the digital link connected. I'm glad that it's working. So yeah, like let's go ahead into the first topic. So who is Lisa Nowak, right?
All right, so Lisa Nowak, from what I'm getting, NASA astronaut. Prior to that, pretty much your just well accomplished student all around. She always wanted to be an astronaut. She was actually accepted into the Naval Academy with her goal always being, I want to be an astronaut.
That is nuts. So was she made it as an astronaut. She had been in space, and what's incredible is that she lost everything because of a
And
spicy love.
people do crazy things. Apparently, humans do crazy things for love, from what I'm getting.
So
Yeah,
yeah, like we do crazy, and people and citizens from across the intergalactic League of Nations are gonna learn a little bit about how crazy we can be here on Earth. So we know that Lisa Nowak was an outstanding student. She wanted to be an astronaut. So she got taught to be really well driven. And from my understanding, she was married. And even though she was
yeah.
married, she met her shall we call his uh her her hot dog, her
She
love
met,
hot dog. I don't know.
she met her lover in
her
'98. So Lisa was married in '88 to a fellow student from the Naval Academy. So she had been married 10 years by the time she met her lover in '98 by the name of Bill.
Bill.
Bill Offline. Yeah, that
What a
was her lover.
what a
And
name.
yeah, so they knew each other, well, they met each other in '98, but it wasn't until 2004 when their affair started. They were on a survival training mission, pretty much.
Oof. So out
Um,
in the wild, I'm assuming.
yeah, out in the wild being dirty and gross.
No
Yeah.
AC, no moist toilets to clean their sins.
No,
It's
none of that. But I
it's
mean, it just lets me know a lot about them that they don't care about smells or scents, not in the name of love, nothing's gonna stop them.
like somebody that I know uh would call this like primal like love, like just down to like the foundations of evolution, if you will. Do you see that as well?
Yeah. That's what I'm getting from like apparently this happens a lot with humans. Apparently you people love doing it in the woods.
It's it just reminds us of our past. But
It's a way to stay in touch. Yeah.
it's in touch with where we come from. So
Yeah, with your ancestors.
while they're doing this hot stuff, right? They they love each other. So then, what happens afterwards? Do they break up like with their partners?
Well, Bill divorces his wife. I mean, she finds out about the affair quite easily, considering Lisa practically moved into an apartment with Bill, and was just always
Uh,
hanging out with him. So naturally, I mean, that's gonna raise
it gets
suspicions. And
suspicion.
yeah. Meanwhile, Lisa stayed married for a couple more years. I don't know like what the
Dang,
delay
Lisa.
was, but yeah, she kind of stuck around with her husband for a bit. But it wasn't until January 2007 when her husband finally said, "Nope, nope, I'm done." And he finally decided to leave, which that same month was when Bill also told her, "Hey,
So she
we're
got
ending
axed
our affair."
twice in the same month,
Yeah, dude. Double
and
whammy is what I'm getting.
I'm assuming Bill broke up with her not because the relationship was done, but mostly because he met somebody else, right? He met Colleen.
Yeah, yeah, he met Colleen and I mean, they fell in love, and he pretty
Oh,
much ditched Lisa, like that was it. Like I met someone new, someone that I truly love, and he left her. He left her. He left
did
her.
it?
But Lisa tried to like maintain a friendship with Bill throughout this. Like, okay, you might have left me for somebody new, but I'm going to be your friend no matter what.
That's
So she
nice.
was still somewhat close to him, but I think she had ulterior motives because at the same time, she was kind of following Colleen around and kind of picking up her,
Damn, her
what's the
scent.
term? Pattern of life? Oh,
Yeah, but
scent too.
that is fucking nuts. So basically, she was getting information from Bill because they were friends, and she thought that they were done, like doing what, like he thought that she was also done with him, but lo and behold, that passion, that steamy primal passion, like did not leave her body.
Not yet, at least.
So she decides to do something crazy, which I'm assuming this is where like the things turn crazy because she's in Texas, right?
Yes.
And
So,
Colleen, she's arriving at an airport in Orlando, and this is in
correct.
2011, right?
Close. February 2007.
I was close. 7-Eleven. I wonder what that
Mm,
why
too
this sounds so
soon.
familiar.
Too soon.
7-Eleven. Um, so our friend then decides to pack a bunch of shit. Do you know like what she packed?
Yeah, I'm getting the info right now, and I don't know if this is how all you humans pack, but she apparently packed the necessities for any human traveling via road, via vehicular device. She packed latex gloves,
Mm-hmm.
black wig,
Hmm.
BB pistol with ammunition, pepper spray, a hooded trench coat, a drilling hammer, 8-inch folding knife, and most importantly, maximum absorbency diapers for number 1 and number 2.
That is
Is
crazy.
that is that like like honest question, like is this what like humans normally do when they're in love? Like they wear diapers and brandish weapons? Like
The
is that like the standard procedure for humans?
humans were silly, as you know. You
Hmm.
picked me up trying to get laid from a grinder date by accident, but that's another story. But certain
Yeesh.
populations, they like a very sliver amount of people. They find diapers sexy. I
Mm.
wouldn't paint it with a like a brush, like across like a brush across like the whole humanity. Like we're not all like that. Having said that, there are people like that, but
Okay, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's all of you, but what
uh,
are the chances of this? But anyways, who am I to judge anyone else's culture? You know what I mean? This is
it's not really a
your
culture
culture as
thing.
humans,
That,
and I'm not here to judge.
you're missing the point, Chad. But that I can't defend it because there are people that do like diapers. So I don't know if it's a culture thing or not. I'm at a loss. So let's just
That sounds
go
like culture to me.
with the this. Let's just keep going with the story, Chad.
All
So
right.
our friend Lisa, then, did she have the diapers heading towards Orlando, or did she not have the diaper, like wearing the diapers?
I'm assuming she had them on. You know what I mean? She had a timeline to meet. She was heading to Orlando to actually meet up with Colleen at the airport as Colleen was flying from Houston to Orlando. So she had to meet up with her. She had like a plan, apparently. So she couldn't stop for anything. The other reason, though, is that she didn't want to be caught on surveillance cameras putting fossil fuel into her vehicular device.
Oh, that's insane. So then this is the equivalent of Colleen taking the elevator and Lisa taking the stairs to beat her up.
Yes, exactly. You got
That
it. Yes, that's what I'm getting
this
too.
is so insane because she's also dressed up like a 50s like spy, like evil spy. Like that is
Something straight up out of a noir film. Like apparently she
yeah.
showed up at the airport after I don't know how many hours of driving. It was how many miles? Was it 900 miles? A
It's
thousand miles?
it's like 1,000 miles, I believe.
So once she got to the airport in hot Orlando, Florida, she decided to don a black wig, trench coat, which I'm assuming she had the collar up, you know, to kind of go with the
Yeah.
full on noir detective look, you know,
Did it
which
work?
apparently didn't work. No, not at all from what I'm reading. Like she was pretty much everyone noticed her, not just Colleen, but other people in the airport also noticed that this lady was like out of place and looking really strange.
Her specialty lies in space travel and survival, not disguising, I
Not
guess.
the master of
It's
disguise, dude. Not
no.
even close.
So I'm assuming you said that everybody noticed her. And so Colleen
Everyone.
noticed her. And what did Colleen do? Like, was she like, who is this? Or,
I I mean, she kind of gave her the benefit of the doubt. Like Colleen was like, you know, I'm being followed, but maybe there's a chance this lady was on my flight because their luggage was actually delayed. So they were actually waiting a couple hours after they landed. So she just assumed that Lisa was also on her flight, waiting for her luggage to arrive. So, I mean, she noticed her. She thought she looked weird. Probably smelled weird too with the diapers. I'm assuming she was still wearing the diapers at this point.
so it's just a
She grew
perfect
attached to
shitstorm.
it. Yeah, you know
Part
what
of
I
my
mean?
pun.
Yeah, dude, pretty good.
It's,
But
it's, wow.
yeah,
So Colleen gets her shit eventually and leaves, or
yeah, she eventually her bags come in. She picks them up, takes a shuttle bus over to the garage, over to the parking area,
I wouldn't want to walk either.
and she's making her way to her car when she realizes the trench coat lady was following her, and that's when
Shit.
Colleen straight up books it.
And I'm assuming Alyssa is booking after her too.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
just like that
fucking
movie you
nuts.
humans watch. I think it's called Terminator.
Wait, you like Terminator? I that just leaves the perfect image of Lisa running without an emotion with her fake wig and suit. So does she?
Yeah.
I can't get that image out of my head. It's hilarious. Do you? Did she catch Colleen?
So yes and no. So Colleen made it to her car. Meanwhile, Lisa was still running towards the car like the T-1000, like knife hands and everything. And Lisa
Oof.
locks the door. Windows are rolled up, but for some reason, or Colleen rolls up the windows, but for some reason she doesn't leave. She stays in her car, and Lisa actually manages to like catch up and proceeds to bang on her window to please
Oh
open the
my
window. She needed
god.
a phone. Her boyfriend didn't pick her up, and
Oh my god. Like, so she's like, I couldn't use any of the phones inside. Please let me use specifically your phone.
I need to use your phone
So I'm
specifically.
assuming
You've got signal.
Colleen didn't fall for that shit.
Uh, yes and no. I
Hmm?
mean, she rolled down her window
Oh god
enough
damn it! And
enough for Lisa to be like, "Gotcha, bitch," and like sprayed her right in her face, dude,
with
with pepper
what?
spray.
With pepper spray?
Pepper spray. Yes.
Fucking a. So our victim now is like has a full face of like spray, pepper spray, and
Yeah.
that's. And I'm assuming like the cops arrive eventually, right?
Well, Colleen manages to drive her car down to the booth down at the bottom of the garage, and they call the Orlando Police Department. Um, when the police department arrived, apparently they observed Lisa disposing of a bag into the garbage can, which I'm guessing was her diaper bag. Like she could not be seen with this diaper.
Oh
Um,
man. So she had yeah, she
yeah.
I would like I 100% understand that. I would have thrown that. I wonder if she got arrested with the shitty diapers cuz like you said she had the diapers so she wasn't going to stop. Eh, Like
I'm
I
assuming it was the
just
diaper bag she threw away, but apparently a search of her car found two dirty diapers. Like she didn't even have time to throw them out. Wait a minute. She couldn't even throw them out the windows. Like she just threw them in the back seat. Like I just
that's
realized that.
that's crazy. So that means she didn't even have time to stop to like wipe or anything. Like she couldn't stop at a gas station. But I guess the camera stuff, right? So
Oh, do you
she
think she
was
removed the diapers while driving? Like that's a lot of multitasking. But that's why she's a NASA astronaut.
yeah, and she was against time. So she got arrested, she served time, and like my craziest like the craziest thing for me is that they interviewed Colleen afterwards and she was like they asked her if she like forgive her and she was like um well Lisa, she served her time, she was found guilty, so there's nothing to uh apologize for. And I'm like, is that like in the ILN, is that something like would y'all would you well specifically you, Chad, would you accept that apology?
I mean, considering Lisa didn't serve any time, like she just like was on a year probation for all of this, I don't know how safe I would feel or consider that
Yeah,
as
that is
time
nuts.
served or she paid her price or whatever to society. But uh
Maybe she just did
I don't
that
know.
so
It's kind of
Lisa wouldn't chase her again.
I mean, that lets me know that Colleen is really forgiving. The fact that this lady set out to murder her and she's willing to forgive her, I mean,
It's a heart of gold.
she either has
I'm gonna be honest.
yeah, a heart of gold or a small peanut brain.
A small peanut brain. So everybody, having said that, we're gonna go into our first ad. When we come back, we'll be on the second block talking about a very suspicious abduction story.
Mm.
Stay here as I am
Earth.
fixing this, and we'll be right back. And now,
It starts right now. Earth, home to some of the tastiest fruits and vegetables in the entire Federation. Blue Dot Farms is an approved ILN exporter of some of the most exotic fruit in the entire galaxy. Fruit like bananas, apples, and oranges. Want to eat a tiny tree? Have some broccoli. Whether you're around the corner or light years away, we want to be around the dinner table with you.
uh, and welcome back. So that was our first ad. Blue Dot Farms. I sure love their food, their fresh market, fresh vegetables and fruit being exported around the whole intergalactic League of Nations. I when I found out about that, I know that I can get my broccoli with some cheese, even if I'm in space. I love it.
I, I could definitely go for some little trees. I got a hankering for little trees.
It's is that like do y'all eat trees over there where you live?
Well, our trees are normally bigger. Like we don't have little trees like you guys do.
It took a
But
lot
you
of work.
guys have it's crazy. Like Blue Dot Farms is nuts because you get green little trees, you have white little trees, like you have all these different well, two different kinds of trees.
Well,
but we love trees.
the craziest thing, I'm about to blow your mind. Both those white
Yeah.
and green trees are come from the same thing.
Earth?
Yes. So with that being said, let's go to our second story. It's about abductions, and I have a quick question for you, Chad. So you know a lot more about the ILN, Intergalactic League of Nations, for those of us who don't know.
That's right.
Do y'all do y'all participate in abductions?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Let me stop you there. Okay. Like, the island does not partake, does not condone in any abductions of any species, human or other. But that being said, there are other organizations and entities that do partake in such heinous actions. But the island, we do not. We condone it, condone it, condone it.
That is,
Not in our systems.
I don't know, like that is reassuring but also scary at the same time to know that there are other entities, and I know we might not have the time to cover who these other party members are, which we're gonna have to definitely talk about it. But the first
Mm-hmm.
famous abduction story in America, in the US, is it revolves around the Hill family, specifically Barney and Betty Hill. Did you already download that from your data link, dude, or
No, I downloaded the wrong Barney and Betty. I downloaded Barney and Betty Rubble on accident. Hold on.
was that how that made you feel?
I don't know, but I found out about something called the Flintstones, which is weird.
It's really good brand of gummies, but
All right,
the,
downloaded.
all
Got
right.
it. Okay, so I have the
So
information right here.
I don't know if like at the ALN they teach you about that, but this couple in 1961 they were a biracial couple, and I know that at those times it was really hard. Me being the result of a biracial couple, I can understand like how hard it can be. So them coming up with this story in public made it the more interesting because of both the backgrounds of Barney and Betty. Barney was a postmaster. He worked in the mail service. He was also a local leader, while his wife Betty worked with the NCAACP. She was also like a local leader, so they were respected in their New Hampshire neighborhood town that they lived in. From my understanding, they went on a vacation to Ontario, and while there, they they got word that there was a storm coming. So it did it. I believe it was like a tropical storm or something like that.
Yes,
So
that's what I'm getting to. That it was a hurricane or a tropical storm heading
that's
all the way to Canada, which is
that's
crazy.
yeah, that sounds nuts. Uh, and so obviously they were forced to like go back home, which is crazy that they had like enough like I'm not too familiar with like the archaic technology that we had like in the 60s for predicting storms. I'm not gonna get into that. So they head home and they're trying to cut time. So this is around December, September, I apologize, 1920, 19 and 20 of 1961. They're driving back home, and I the thing that was interesting, they're in an empty road with some hills, um, and I apologize. I had some Blue Dog Farms food earlier, and it's just coming up. But I like they start seeing the first person that sees something is Barney. He's like a very serious person. He doesn't really seem like he's a more serious person, and he sees like a flying object around him, but he's not paying any like he's trying to like not scare his wife Betty, right? Um, and like, do you know like what he saw specifically?
Well, from what I'm gathering here, that it was a I don't even know how to describe the shape of the ship. That's a tongue twister. But they ended up like pulling over though because they kept seeing this light pretty much following them around. You know, like
Would you
whatever
pull
turn they
over?
took, there was the light. What's that?
Would you pull over if something was above you like that?
I don't know. If I felt like something was following me, yes, I would. And confront it head on, just like Barney and Betty did.
Dude, I'm too much of a chicken shit. I would like probably cause an accident by hauling ass on the car and just make it worse. But from my understanding is once they stopped, this object had some windows with um multiple, like it looked like shadows of not people but humanoid.
Humanoid?
Yeah.
Yes.
And my favorite one of my favorite details of the story is that most of them left that window area, but one of them stayed, and he had like a. He said like the cap looked like something like workers use, and he telepathically talked to both Barney. I think mostly Barney to like stop, like not move. That they're all gonna be fine. Um, which is crazy. After that, from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong since you have the data, is that they were showing themselves stuff. They pull them into they got into the spaceship, right?
Yeah. They were pretty much they were abducted. And this is where their missing time comes in because there's a period of time that they could not account for. But
Eh,
there was a lot going on during that time.
yeah, from what I remember about that story when I watched it on TV a while back was that they had um, when they came back, they were like almost like 200 miles down the road, and it was like 3 hours later, and they were just confused about it, right? And
I think it's really nice that the aliens towed their car 200 miles so they wouldn't be stranded on foot.
what I
I thought that
think
was really
about it,
considerate.
they are really nice about it. But also, if you think about it, you drive what like 60 miles an hour approximately on the highway. So like they were driving like the aliens put them where they would have been if they hadn't stopped or something like that. If that makes sense.
Smart.
So is that how the story ends?
No, not at all. Like they eventually confused about what happened, they end up going back home. And it wasn't until 10 days later. I mean, they were just confused by everything. And it wasn't until 10 days later, though, when Betty started to have these nightmares. They were very vivid nightmares about what they assume was what happened, their interactions with these aliens.
That's crazy. I so they had the dream. So the thing that is crazy also was that they didn't like. I think their first hypnosis session was like 2 years later, or something like that, like a year later. And some of the recordings, like if y'all haven't heard it, like go look them up. Like it sounds like from a Saw movie. Like people are screaming, like, and when they separate both Barney and his wife and put him under hypnosis, and they say similar stories, right?
Which is crazy, which a lot of people thought brought credibility to their claims that they were abducted, because they were both under hypnosis. They were both telling the same story. Um, but that was quickly kind of dismissed by the person who conducted the hypnosis.
That's crazy. And like I know they got fame for it, and the thing that is crazy about me, because I know some of the hypnosis sessions, what came out was Betty did like a drawing of this constellation that people thought was very accurate for somebody that didn't know about space until later it was like it wasn't based technically debunked but debunked. And like they had good jobs, so it's insane to think that they would do that for money and fame, because at the time a lot of that
Mhm.
stuff was deemed as kooky, right? Like some of these like older stories. um
Yeah, it's crazy because actually, like before their hypnosis, sessions. They actually met with a Walter N. Webb, who was a Boston astronomer, and he actually conducted a 6-hour interview with them.
What?
And yeah, and this was like prior to the whole hypnosis thing. And after his sort of 6-hour interview, he stated that they were telling the truth
That is
and that
fucking
the incident
nuts.
probably occurred exactly as reported. So there were some people within the community that believed them as well. I mean, just as many people believed them as thought that they were crazy.
It from the alien perspective, it must be hilarious. Like, we're gonna show you something that nobody's ever gonna believe you, and like, I do want to believe, right? Because obviously this is real. I'm in space. You're an alien to me. You're talking to
And
me.
there are other entities that do it. I told
Yeah,
you there are other
it's
bad people
crazy.
that do it.
But at the same time, if you look at a picture of Betty, she looks like a not credible source. But what makes me want to
No,
believe the story is that Barney looks a very credible source. And
Barney looks very credible. Betty looks like,
I don't know.
yeah.
I she seems a little bit on the
But
other side.
I think it's a testament to their love that he would, you know,
He would
yeah, I
lie
love
for
her.
her
I'm gonna go along with this. I mean, assuming, yeah, assuming that this was her idea. But you know what I mean? He went along with it up until he died in 1969, you know. So he
from
was,
radiation.
I think, radiation maybe from the spaceship,
That if that is what it
or maybe
was,
he
that's
just,
crazy. I know. I believe it was like cancer or something like that. But one of the things that one of the debunkers that makes me want to believe that maybe it was a case of a sleepy driving was that one of the local people was driving around the area where this event took place, and he said that there's like a beacon that goes up and down as you're going up and down the hills that could have looked like that. Like it's crazy. I don't know, especially since the Earth wasn't in the island during this time. Uh, or no, it was Lyndon B. Johnson. It's a long. I don't know. It's a thing for another story. But um, I don't know what you think of that beacon theory.
I think it's possible that it was just this beacon on like the side of a mountain. Um, but one of the more fascinating aspects about this, which you touched upon earlier, is this star map that she drew. The Zeta Reticuli is what they're calling it. Is what we call it too. But it was this detailed map of this this double star system.
That is crazy.
And it wasn't until like 90, I think it was like 93, 1993 Earth years where it was finally debunked. You know, I think it might have been NASA that had a satellite out there and they were able to kind of take a look at this double star system and they realized, nah, actually no, measurements are all off. So I mean,
Which
the
adds to
fact
the
that they
craziness.
entertained the idea. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like they kind of entertained it for a bit before they,
They're like,
debunked it as craziness.
maybe, and they usually turn that satellite a little bit, and it's like, no, it wasn't. But that is a crazy fucking story. Like, I know Betty really became like a big celebrity with the UFOs, and even after her husband's death, like, people were saying that she couldn't differentiate between a UFO and a light post. She would call random shit UFOs. So that kind of like, she is the reason why I'm tempted to say that this could be not real, but at the same time, we just don't know, like, at the moment, you know.
Absolutely. She kind of hurt her own credibility, you know what I mean? Like she kind of like you stated, like she would make appearances like at these UFO conventions or I don't know if they were conventions, but she would just show up and talk and yeah, a lot of people did not believe her story even amongst people who are believers of the UFOs as Earthlings called them.
that that is so. Speaking of spacelings, it's time to go to our second break. When we come back, we have an out of this world interview. We sent one of our
Unbelievable.
envoys to interview this individual, and I think we got more than what we thought we were gonna get.
It's
Um,
history. It's for the first time ever, this
it's
entity, this being breaks their silence.
it's and who knew that it was so? And you have to watch this. I can't oversell it enough. But first, here's a quick ad, y'all. Is coming soon, and it's coming soon,
And
and
it
it's
starts right
here.
now.
Are you tired of life's little letdowns? Do you wish to unlock your true potential? I have the answers you seek, for I am the magnificent, the awe inspiring Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. I'm Hank, a Schlonigan from Centaur 3, Sector 4.
Oh,
Will I ever find true love?
hey Hank. Centaurian Inklingon is the best around. I love that area. Yeah, the cosmos. They say that if you embrace them, in about 3 Gregorian months, we see you with Eloranthe.
Eloranthe?
Yup.
You've made this Schlonigan very happy.
Oh.
My parents will be disappointed,
Ugh.
but oh well. I'm just happy to not be alone.
Don't let this be another regret. I'll be waiting for your call.
Hello, Kevin. This is Gareth speaking. I just need to know if my career will ever take off. I feel trapped.
Hi, Karen. Beautiful name, by the way. The Galactic Pillars, they speak to me. And they say that soon you'll be going from asking to speak to the managers to becoming the manager yourself. Congratulations, Karen.
No way. Kevin,
Mhm.
you're the best. As we say in Morphos 3-1.
Karen, soar to the stars.
Kevin's vision is only limited by the wavelengths of light in orders of magnitude of time incomprehensible to the normal human. He can even see beyond your wildest dreams.
Kevin. Lucerian, are you there?
Yes, pleasure to meet you.
Know that you own a little bit of an establishment near the island headquarters. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, it's a small deli. It's called the Astral Eatery, and
Ooh.
let me tell you, we have the best treats
Oh, can you name
this
me
side
one
of the
them?
galaxy. Yes, we have something called it's called bocce balls, named after the sport. They're like
Ba-
these little dough balls with like a little bit of fruit in the middle.
Oh, that sounds delicate. Delicate,
Yes, they're
I should
pretty
say.
good. It's it's one of our how do you say, signature dishes.
The reviews that you've gotten on Google reviews, it's been insane. Well, it's not Google reviews, but it's like the island version of it. It's
Hmm.
Gabble reviews. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah, we keep track of it honestly. Like people don't realize how much Gabble reviews affect a business, especially something as small as my Astral Eatery. These
And
reviews really do matter.
what kind of like species are you, if you don't mind me asking? Is there like something okay to
Oh,
ask in the island?
oh no, of course. We are we're part of the Zyronian species.
Oh no shit.
And yeah, yeah, that's that's us.
So, having said that, something that caught my attention apart from you having this awesome restaurant next to the ILN headquarters is that your cousin has somehow made it big in
Yeah.
across the globe. Actually, can you tell us
Yeah.
about that a little bit?
Yeah. Well, Lothorian was well, he worked at the deli too. He worked in the kitchen area, and his mind was never on work. It was always somewhere else. He always wanted to explore, and he would not shut up. And like, this is no exaggeration. He would not shut up about the Nazca lines. Like that was like
The
he
ones
always
in
wanted to go see them.
Peru, in Mexico. I mean, Peru and planet Earth.
Yes, those like he had this crazy unhealthy obsession with it. And
Sorry, you're telling me that your cousin is the alien that they found in Peru and showed in Mexican Congress?
bingo, same.
No
That's my
way.
cousin. And I couldn't tell you, like, I was just relieved. You know, there was a lot of tears. There was, some laughing, sharing memories, but ultimately we're just relieved that his body was recovered. But I just want answers. I just want to know what happened to my cousin.
And like, once he arrived, like, was there any like he didn't contact y'all? Was it like immediate like fall of communication?
Well, it wasn't a complete loss. It was more of a, hey, made it safe, thinking of you, love you, more smooches. Like, it was mostly that kind of stuff. But like after that, we didn't hear from him until we saw his body. I'm sorry.
Oh, there's a lot of conspiracy theorists in Earth that think that your cousin's body was fake and that it was just like a cake. What'd you say? What'd you say to that?
No. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like Thorian was pretty sweet, but he wasn't made of cake. He definitely was not made out of cake. But no, that's what we look like. We look like we're made out of egg cartons. Some say like we look like dry mud, clay, human clay.
I hope. I like to think that your cousin Lithorian did find the Nazca lines because he kind of looks like smiling in his final resting position. I like to think that he did.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it looked like he looked like he was like he saw something like terrifying. Like he had a very shocked look on his face. That wasn't a smile. That was, I think, him screaming at the end of his
That's
life.
how y'all scream?
Yes. Usually towards the end of our lives.
Oh. On Earth, even though we've been part of the ILN for a couple centuries, like the majority of humanity does not know about this. So for us, seeing your cousin, your cousin just being Lithorian, just being presented like that, it was like a big thing as Earthlings, right? Because like we've never seen like an alien per se. We've seen like maybe UFOs. We've seen like or no, it's UAPs. I apologize. Are you familiar? Like, do y'all have UAPs over there, or is everything already identified?
For the most part, everything is identified. I mean, I don't know what we don't know.
Oh,
but
wait.
But
Sorry, are you a conspiracy theorist?
well, it depends on your definition of conspiracy theory. I call it the truth.
What's the biggest conspiracy that you have right now cooking up? Not cooking up, but that you've been researching.
Well, I've had several family members. Like, I guess humans call it UAPs. It's like these winged aircraft that like appear out of nowhere. Like, they move really slow compared to our aircrafts, but like they just show up, just fly really slow across the sky. And I don't know. There've always been rumors about what they could be. No one dares to like bother them though, because we're also really polite. Like, let's leave them alone.
They don't hurt
maybe
anybody.
They're doing something. Yeah, they're not hurting anyone, but like we never quite figured out what these like winged aircrafts are. Creatures, I don't know.
I want like it sounds very familiar to what a human plane would be. I don't know if you've seen that.
Only in history books. Like I
Well,
wasn't-
really?
okay.
Was it that big of a deal? Even over there near the ILN headquarters?
Oh, we were hooked. Like it was just a lot of like
Damn. I didn't know
how do I
y'all
say it? Like,
are interested in human current events.
yeah, I mean that's where we get our entertainment from. But I mean, we're just very fascinated. Like we've been going to Earth for millions of years for vacations, and you know what I mean. So we're very well attuned to the earthly way of life, and we're just very we're just fascinated. We're just fascinated by humans. Like they're just so interesting.
What is one thing you want to tell humans that are maybe against opening the door to allianceship with Island and or other aliens in general.
Um, don't be afraid. Um, don't be afraid. Like we're here, and we like to love, and we love big, and we love brave. Uh, and we like to live, and we love to laugh, and we love to love.
That is just wonderful. Well, everybody,
Thank you.
thank you so much. Lizarion, thank you so much. I am sorry about your cousins, about your loss, but I think in the end, it's gonna really help us a lot.
Thank you, and I
Yes.
hope to see you. Like, come on down to the Astral Eatery. Like, we'll be waiting for you.
Yeah, are you want to invite everybody else to come hang out at the Astral Eatery?
Yeah, everybody, come on down to the Astral Eatery. I think we have enough food, but we'll definitely have enough drinks.
Oh, that's awesome. I'll be there. All right, everybody, this has been Magenta Brown. Over and out. That was nuts, right? That was
Wow.
groundbreaking.
I I wish you could see me. I have chills. Like I cannot like
It's.
unbelievable stuff, groundbreaking stuff, like
Have you been to the Astral Eatery before?
delicious. It is
Uh,
delicious. I highly recommend it. Like if you ever down by headquarters, dude, definitely go to the Astral Eatery. You will not regret it.
I have to check it out one of these days. I'll definitely have to make a trip there. For every
There's a lot of decadent delights.
decadent delights that I can't wait to go there. For everybody else, thank you so much for being here for the first episode. We'll be back on in about 30 minutes. Alejandro, me, I'm just gonna play some games. Hopefully you can join in and just talk about what happened the first episode, or fuck it, just talk about the games. Chat, are you gonna be there?
Yeah, most definitely I will. And I'll be taking people's questions.
All right, y'all. So thank you so much. And the next episode should be in about a week or two. What we're gonna be doing is just playing this the same. You don't need to know that, but we're just gonna be placing it about daily, so you can see things you missed out. If you want to see more about the things that were caught from the interview, there is some shocker stuff in there for sure. Let us know, and we might even post it. Once again, this was a huge breaking thing. I know it's all over the news right now. So thank you so much. And how you think of first mission went? You think our bosses are gonna be happy with that, chat?
I hope so, because if they're happy with you, they're happy with me. So
You do need that job.
we learned a lot. We learned a lot. I think people learned a lot, and I think we're better for it.
All right, everybody. I'm not gonna copy Magenta Brown sign off.